Hello, this is Mike Fay with Calvin Castine, and we're at Northeastern Clinton Central School for CVAC Junior Varsity Soccer action between the visiting Beekmantown Eagles and the Northeastern Clinton Cougars. For the Eagles, number 2, Tony Alt. Number 4, Danny Renandetta. Number 5, Travis Tipton. Number 7, Rob Recor. Number 9, Mark Bingle. Number 10, Daryl Moschel. Number 11, John Newman. Number 13, Stephen Hay. 14, Brad Daniels. 15, Andy Giroux. 16, Josh Matat. 19, Gene Giroux. 20, Lester Favreau. 21, Tommy McGowan. And I've got a problem. I forgot to write down who was in goal. I'll get that in a second. The Eagles are coached by Roger Fideli. For Northeastern, number 1, Patrick Racine. Number 2, Anthony Richard. Number 3, Joe Babby. Number 4, Colin Allen. Number 5, Nick Legree. 6, Ryan Aintel. 7, Gary LeMay. 8, Brent Diso. 9, Jason Aintel. Number 11, Mike Ashline. Number 12, Aaron Babby. Number 13, Eamon O'Brien. 14, Brandon Garso. Number 15, Kenny Roberts. 16, Adam Bono. 18, Travis Dupree. 19, Brian LaFountain. Number 20, Brent Langlois. 21, Jeremy Gauthier. 22, Sean Fay. 23, Brad Supernaw. 24, Chad Poyer. 25, Pete Castine. And in goal for Northeastern, Craig Young. Cougars are coached by Frank Dumas. Referees for this afternoon's contest, Tom Lacey and Tim Sheehan. And in goal for the Beekmantown Eagles, Dave Favreau. Legree to the 18, chested by Allen, and offsides is called. Goal kick out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Ashline down the wing for Allen. Out of bounds. Northeastern will throw it again. Sean Fay will take this throw-in for the Cougars. Long throw inside the box. Shot high and wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. The last time these teams faced down in Beekmantown, it was I believe it was an 8-0 victory for Northeastern. Maybe an 8-1. Beekmantown may have gotten a goal off a penalty kick. I seem to remember that. That game was not taped. It's tough for Mr. Castine to be in two places at one time, and at Beekmantown, the JV and varsity play at the same time. Varsity playing at the rec center, and the JV squad plays at the school. Ashline just outside the 18. Aintel can't get there, and it's cleared out. Picked up by Fay. Fay pass over for Legree. Legree with the shot. Wide. It'll be a goal kick for the right through the center. Stopped by Legree. Legree with a nice move to get by McGowan. Passed over for Aintel. Aintel can't get the shot off. Broken up. Castine. Deflected off the defense and cleared out by McGowan. Onto the wing for Renadette. And Poyer again strikes the ball. Headed nicely out onto the wing by Ashline. Into the center. Fay picks it up. Gets it to Aintel. Aintel still trying to control. Fay comes away with the ball. Passes out on the wing for Garso. Too far out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles kick out. Legree. McGowan gets it by, picked up by Fay. A good defensive play by Giroux, and he goes straight up through the center where Castine is there to switch fields over for Allen. Broken up into the center. Picked up by Fay. Pass over for Legree. Legree back into the center, but it's broken up and cleared. Up for Daniels. Fay back to the 18. Gets by Tipton. Allen goes down. Now Tipton clears up, but it's intercepted by Aintel. Back to Allen. Finally out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Weather has taken a drastic change. We were here just last night. It was windy, but pleasant. And tonight, it seems like the temperature's down by a good 15 or so degrees. So it's pretty chilly up here at Northeastern. Stopped by Fay. Now Castine pushes up for LaFountain. Garceau makes a nice move to get it to LaFountain and gets it back off of deflection. Garceau takes the shot, but it's deflected off Gene Giroux out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Will take the corner for the Cougars. Headed by Castine, it goes wide, and finally shot by Allen. Hits the side of the net, and it'll be a goal kick for Beekmantown. Giroux goes out onto the far wing where it's picked up by Allen. Finally out of bounds off McGowan, and it'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Ashline throws to the 18. Pushing is called. And it'll be a direct kick for Beekmantown. 33-37, still early in this contest. And I don't believe Beekmantown has gotten the ball on Northeastern side of midfield. Pass over for Allen. It deflects to the 18. Legree is there. Shot just over the crossbar. A nice pass from LaFountain for Garceau. Just went over top of the crossbar. And it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Out on the wing, picked up by Garceau. Garceau into the center for LaFountain. He goes back outside for Garceau. Garceau tries to cross, but it's stopped by Favreau. Clearing attempt. Finally outside of the box, but Legree gets there. Back to Garceau. Garceau with the cross. Knocked by the Beekmantown defense. Legree with the shot over top of the net again. Giroux getting a lot of work so far in the game with all the goal kicks that he's putting out. Allen again controls the ball. Broken up by McGowan. And Matat catches the ball before it goes out of bounds. Now Ashline to the 18 where it's picked up by LaFountain, and a shot goes off the post. Headed back in by Fay. Fay can get a shot from there. He takes a shot. It hits Anktil. Fay with the shot again, and it goes wide. Beekmantown having a tough time this season. A lot of young players. Apparently they have a 1-7 record. Their only victory coming early in the season against Saranac, according to their coach. But the rest of the time last 5 games, he says they've been competitive, but still unable to win. And so far in the first 10 minutes of this contest, the Eagles haven't been unable to get the ball on Northeastern side of midfield. Intercepted by Fay, taken away from him. Out on the wing, taken back by Ashline. Ashline goes back to the center where it's picked up by Legree. Legree passed through for Garceau, broken up by Favreau. Now, Poyer chips right back in. It's headed into the center. Cleared out by Giroux, but Allen gets there, takes it wide for Ashline. Ashline with a cross, and it's headed into the net. Northeastern draws first blood. And Northeastern's first goal of the game, Ryan Anktil from Mike Ashline at the 9:43 mark. Northeastern 1, Beekmantown 0. And for the first time, the Eagles, 10 minutes into the game, get the ball on Northeastern side of midfield. Whatever the call was, it'll be against Northeastern, and the Eagles put the ball in play with a direct kick. Poyer up through the center, stopped by Favreau. Now Allen pushes it back into the center for Ashline. Ashline a through pass for Anktil. Just too far out in front of him, but he couldn't. David Favreau came out, an excellent aggressive play for the goalie. Came out to stop the ball before Anktil could get there. And he did stop it, but he lost the rebound, and Anktil had a clear shot at an open net and fired it wide. Giroux stopped by Ashline. Finally off Ashline, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Eagles. Ashline works it into the center, has it deflect, but he picks up the deflection. Long pass up intended for Engtill, stopped and cleared. Castine chipped back into Beekmantown zone where it's picked up by Engtill. Engtill, a through pass intended for Garso, broken up and cleared. Now Giroux clears to northeastern side of midfield where it's picked up by Poyer. Poyer down the wing for Garso, traps nicely. Chips to the 18 for, and it's in the net. Northeastern's second goal, Ryan Engtill from Brandon Garso at the 11:49 mark, and it's now 2-0 Northeastern. And the Cougars make mass substitutions. I'm not even going to attempt to give you all their names because that would just about be like giving a roster out. But on the far side, it's Babby. That's not Babby, that's, I'll have to catch that number again. Racine clears back into the Beekmantown zone where it's picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien with a nice pass for Dragon. This shot right on. And Favreau with the save. Stopped by O'Brien. And the call goes against Northeastern. I don't know if that was a handball or headed into the center by Renadette. And cleared up to midfield by Superna. Now LeMay can't control it, but it's picked up by Renadette. Back for Bingle. Bingle goes back into the center. O'Brien is there to break it up, but it's picked up again by McGowan. McGowan goes far side, stopped by Bono. Bono. And that is, let's see, it's Jason Engtill. Jason Engtill playing the left wing position. It'll be a direct kick, and Giroux will take it for the Eagles. And we're down to 26-28. 2-0 Northeastern. And Young comes out to make the stop. Giroux has it bounce off the back of his neck. O'Brien picks up the loose ball and pushes a pass down that is stopped nicely by Tipton, and he clears back into Northeastern zone. Superna up on the wing. He gets it back off a deflection. Pass up for Engtill, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Superna broken up and picked up by Newman. Newman knocked down, and the call goes against Northeastern. And it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Giroux down the wing. Bono lets it go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Cougars. Engtill. Broken up, picked up by Engtill again. Engtill back into the center for LeMay. And finally cleared. Back to the 18 and cleared out again. Neither team able to maintain any kind of control. Roberts with a nice defensive play and punched in by Langlois. Now back outside, Bingle down the wing, stopped by Racine, and Racine left foots it to midfield. McGowan gets it by Newman. Pass up intended for Hay, and Northeastern intercepts Engtill. Through pass for O'Brien. O'Brien controls to the far side. O'Brien's still trying to maintain control, but he's pushed off the ball, and it's a direct kick for Northeastern.
Warmer than here. The wind breaks it here.
Castine with a shot right on. Stopped by Favreau. Punted out to the far side, stopped by Superna. But he can't control it, but he does. I thought it was going to go out of bounds. Bono up the wing for Inktel. Inktel with a nice trap. He gets by one. Passes over for LeMay, but it's broken up by Giroux, out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Castine with the corner, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Beekmantown Eagles. Giroux up into the center, stopped by Castine, and right back in again. Now, excuse me, Roberts. Broken up by Tipton. Stopped by Roberts, and Dragon is wide. Makes a nice move to get by one man, and then finally crosses. Chipped up in the air by Newman and headed down by Superna. O'Brien. Call goes against the Eagles. It'll be a direct kick just outside the 18. Castine with a shot that goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Drew with a nice kick out on the wing for Renadette. Picked up by Langua. Teams trading kicks, and Castine inside the box, picked up by Favreau. Favreau punts out into the center. Players collide. The Eagles come away with the ball. Dangerous play called. Northeastern will put the ball in play. Castine. LeMay can't get the shot off, and it's cleared by the Eagles. Up on the wing. Pass too far. Picked off by Roberts, and he goes back to the far side, but too far for Inktel. And it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. LeMay. Right into the center for Roberts. Roberts keeps it going. O'Brien tried to push a pass through, but it's blocked. O'Brien again with the ball. Goes outside for Dragon. Broken up. Back out for O'Brien, and finally shot hard on net by Roberts and saved by Favreau. Roberts chips inside the 18, and it'll go out of bounds. No, it doesn't. Could have. It looked like Andy Giroux could have let it go out of bounds, but he tried to clear it. Stopped by Roberts. Now handball called, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. 19:54 remaining in this first half. It's 2-0 Northeastern. And Giroux missed kicks out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Racine has it deflect off Renadette, and then Roberts puts it into the center of the field. Eagles still trying to maintain some control. A nice move by Newman, but intercepted by Roberts. Roberts chips inside the box. LeMay tries to get there first, knocks the ball out of Favreau's hands, and it'll be a goal kick for Beekmantown. Giroux goes far side. It's stopped by Langua. Into the box, chipped high by O'Brien, but the Eagles able to clear out. Tipton up for Alt. Now on the wing. Bingle. Pass through for Alt. Too far. And Bono. Bono's a clearing temp off the back And of another player deflected in on Young, who punts it right back out again. Dragon has an opportunity here if he can get by, and he does. Takes it to the near side. He's got 4 Beekmantown defenders coming at him. If he can get a pass through, and he does, but it goes to the only other Beekmantown player that's there. Supernaw will get a shot off. It deflects off a defender. Supernaw keeps it alive, but the call goes against him, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Drew into the center for Alt, and Castine puts it right back into Beekmantown zone. Stopped by Drew. Back out again, and Roberts heads it to the side, where it's picked up by Dragon, and then back to Roberts. A nice play. Into the center for Supernaw. Now O'Brien goes outside for LeMay. LeMay can't get the shot off. Finally does, and Favreau makes a nice move. That was a cross by Anktil for Jeremy Dragon, and he got there in time, but so did Favreau to put the ball out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Anthony Richard into the game for Northeastern. He'll take the corner kick. Left-footed shot just outside of the 6. Northeastern trying to keep it alive, and the Eagles trying to clear it. Handball called, and Beekmantown direct kick. Out on the wing for Bingle. Bingle tries to go up the wing, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Babby for O'Brien. O'Brien crosses to the 18. It's stopped by Eagle defense and finally cleared by Tipton. Shot goes in weak. Deflected shot, and Favreau makes the stop. Favreau missed kicks, but it'll be picked up by the Beekmantown player Bingle. Up for Alt. Alt gives it back for Renadette. Renadette gets by 1. Chips it into the center, and Alt keeps it going to the outside for Renadette, but Racine gets there, makes a nice move to get it away from Renadette. And now Gauthier tries to clear, and it's deflected off Racine out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Beekmantown with mass substitutions. Thrown in by Bingle, and a weak shot that Young comes out to make the stop. Punts out quickly for LeMay. LeMay goes up against 4 defenders, and Favreau clears into Northeastern zone. Back outside, it'll be a throw-in. Throw-in for Beekmantown. Favreau down the wing, stopped by Racine. Now Babby with a nice trap. Now Alt switches fields into the center. Missed kick by Diso. And Bono with a nice play to knock the ball out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Beekmantown. We're down to 14:30, 14 and a half minutes remaining in this first half. It's 2-0 Northeastern. Gauthier up into the center over the head of the defense, and O'Brien goes back outside for Anktil. Anktil through pass for Dragon. If he can get there, he does. Gets the shot off, and it goes over top of the net. Again, David Favreau, the Beekmantown goalie, made a nice play to come out to stop the ball, but it got underneath him, and Dragon had an opportunity at an open net similar to the one that Anktil had earlier, and he fired it high over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for Beekmantown. Favreau goes outside for Recor. Recor has it taken away, and O'Brien just outside the 18. Pass for Dragon. Shot goes between the legs of Favreau, but he's backed up by Giroux, who clears. Anktil tripped, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. We'll have a good opportunity here. Shot on net. He puts a low one through. It's deflected. Deflected by someone. And Bono, I believe, is going to get credit for the goal. I didn't see who deflected it. Adam Bono with a direct kick just outside the 18 on the left wing. Had the ball deflect off someone, probably one of the Beekmantown fullbacks. He gets credit for the goal. It's Bono unassisted at the 26:56 mark, and it's 3-0 Northeastern. McGowan into the center. Alt back to the outside. Picked up by Daniels. Daniels back into the center. And Gauthier clears up for Dragon. Nice move to get by number 16, Josh Matat, and Dragon still trying to control. Has his cross deflect, and Eagles number 5, Travis Tipton, clears. Dragon back into the center. Picked up by LeMay. LeMay a through pass, and Giroux clears. Picked up by Bono. Bono has room to carry. Decides to go down the wing for Anktil. Anktil with a nice move to get by one. Gets a shot off that's low to the ground, but cleared. McGowan clears out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Thrown into the box, but only Eagles there. Babby missed kicks at the 18.
Be with them, that's it. Go after it.
And Eagles clear up for Alt. Alt makes a move to the center, gets by one, has a wing wide open on the outside, gets it. A nice pass out for Stephen Hay. Hay. And Bono recovers nicely. A great defensive play. That's a fine defensive play because Bono, playing on the left fullback position when Alt beat Gauthier in the center, Bono had to come over to cover the center, and then when he passed it outside for Hay, Bono had to stop, get restarted again, and go all the way out to make that defensive steal. Excellent play by Adam Bono. Babby chipped in by the Eagles. Racine high to midfield.
Go, Amen. Go with it.
O'Brien
Go.
up the wing for Dragon, but the Eagles should get there first. And Tipton able to clear. Call should go against Northeastern, and it does. And the clock's going to stop with 10:37 remaining in this first half. Travis Tipton is down. Hopefully it's only the wind knocked out of him. He collided pretty heavily with Eamon O'Brien. Travis Tipton out of the game. He made it off the field under his own power, so that's a good sign. Collided heavily with Eamon O'Brien. Probably just had the wind knocked out of him, which, of course, if anybody who's had the wind knocked out of him knows that that's a pretty serious thing at that time. It almost seems like your life is going to pass in front of you. But in any case, it appears he'll be all right. And the game continues. Out of bounds off Northeastern, and the Eagles will throw it in. Bingle doesn't appear to have anybody to throw it to, and then he tries to put it into a point of the field where nobody was. Alt was trying to move to that point, but it was a weak throw and intercepted by Racine. And the call goes against Northeastern again. Alt have an opportunity here to go near side. He decides to go far post, and Young is there to make the stop. Giroux tries to chip it in, but it's stopped by LeMay. Anktil with a through pass. It's foot race. Favreau gets there first and clears it to the outside. Picked up again by Anktil. Anktil chips through the 18. Stopped by O'Brien. Dragon with the shot, and it's in the net. That looked like number 7, LeMay from 7 from 8.
Oh, almost.
Northeastern's 4th goal scored by Gary LeMay from Brent Diesel at the 30:46 mark. And it's 4-0. 4-0 Cougars. Babby back to Dragon. Now O'Brien up through the center. LeMay can't control it, and it's cleared by Newman. To the far side for Hay. Hay back into the center, stolen back by LeMay, and now Renadette gets it back for Beekmantown. Inktil up the wing. 3 Beekmantown defenders around him, and he tried to chip at it. I thought it deflected off one of those, but he must have touched it before it went out of bounds. It'll be a direct kick. Oh, it must have been a handball. Direct kick for Beekmantown. Stopped by Inktil, and he gives way for Bono. And Bono tries to go back into the center. Headed by Newman. Stopped by O'Brien, and he goes far side out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Beekmantown. We're down to 8 minutes remaining in this first half. It's 4-0 Northeastern. Into the center for Renadette.
Oh, my God.
Dragon with a powerful clear right off the chest of Renadette. Now Bingle. McGowan back to Bingle. Bingle tries to go outside. Broken up and pushed into the center by Dragon. Deso. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Thrown in for LeMay. Call goes against Northeastern, and the Eagles will put it in play with a direct kick. Stopped by Richard. Daniels back for control, and a pass up for Daniels. Too far out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Headed by Babby. Now O'Brien. Up through the center for LeMay. LeMay has a wing on the outside. He gets it out for Inktil. Inktil makes a nice move to get by one, and then chips high, deflected off the Eagles' defense, and cleared by Newman. Cougars will throw it in again. LeMay chips outside for Deso. Who wants it? LeMay gets there to keep it in bounds. It's finally placed out of bounds by the Eagle defense, and it'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. And it's fired wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Drew up in the center for McGowan. McGowan tries to keep it going for Daniels. Intercepted by Northeastern's Bono, and he clears up the wing. Intercepted by McGowan into the center for Alt. Alt tries to switch fields. McGowan with a long pass down. Northeastern should get there first. Nice play by Bono to go outside. He was not in position to turn it, and he just pushed it outside so Langlois could clear it. Dragon. Broken up by Recor and then back up the field. Stopped by Giroux. Now Babby puts it back to Dragon. Cleared by Tipton. Now O'Brien back up. Stopped by Giroux. Giroux and O'Brien fighting for it. And it looks like O'Brien's going to get the call for the push. Giroux goes far side. Nobody there but white shirts. But a nice hustling play by John Newman to come back and control it for Beekmantown. A pass down the wing, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. They're trying to get Craig Young into this game. He's only had to make 2, maybe 3 stops this whole game. He's had a pretty lonely life. The Maytag repairman back there in goal for Northeastern. Deso can't keep it in. No, he does keep it in, but he was not in position to take advantage of it, and it's cleared up for the Eagles. Newman to the outside for Daniels. Intercepted by Bono. Bono, a nice through pass for LeMay, but Tipton gets there first. Tipton out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Northeastern. We're down to 2:49 remaining in this first half. It's 4-0 Northeastern. Shot that just goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Drew into the center. Stopped by LeMay. LeMay tries to go crossfield. Dragon gets there. Keeps it in. A nice play to keep it in. He gets by a second defender.
Oh, go, Jeremy!
He'll get across from there. The cross is deflected by Giroux. Now Babby chips just inside the 18 where it's stopped by McGowan and cleared. O'Brien switches fields over for Anktel. Beaten to the ball by Favreau, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Northeastern.
Well, thank you. I worried just for you. But
Chested down by Favreau and then cleared by Tipton. Through pass stopped by Bono, and we've got a trip called against Northeastern. It'll be a direct kick for the Eagles with 1:19 remaining. Giroux with a low kick on the wing, stopped by Langlois, and he clears. Anktel can't get it by Giroux. Giroux chips inside the box, and Craig Young forced to make one of the few saves of this game for Northeastern. Tipton gets there and goes near side. Should go out of bounds. Dragon saves it. A nice ball down the wing for Babby, but offside is called. With 40 seconds remaining in this first half, it'll be Beekmantown ball. Giroux to midfield. Headed by Roberts. And cleared to midfield by Langlois, but Bono is there. Picked up by McGowan. McGowan, a through pass for Alt. Northeastern caught out of position. They can get a shot off, and Young, just as the buzzer sounds to end the first half, the Eagles with their best opportunity. It ended up a very innocent-looking play at midfield, but it ended up a 4-on-2 with two people wide open just inside the 18-yard line, and that shot was taken by Rob Recor right on, and Craig Young made the save. 4-0 Northeastern, and we'll be back in a couple minutes for the second half. Second half underway. And this is Northeastern's starting lineup that played for about 10 or 15 minutes in the first half and then sat. And they're trying to come back in, and they're awful cold. Call should go against Northeastern, and it does. And it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Giroux comes near side. Stopped by Anktel, or rather Ashline. Now it's Anktel. Anktel tried to get it by Giroux, but he couldn't, and it finally does, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a... Well, I thought it was going to be a goal kick, but apparently that must have deflected off Giroux, and it'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Legree. Corner kick goes outside. Fay with the shot. Hits the crossbar.
Nice shot.
Out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Giroux this time goes far side. Eagles get the ball up to Fay. Fay with a chip down on the right side, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Picked up by Allen. Now Ashline Tries to cut it back, but it's broken up by Bingle. Now Fay down the wing for Engtel. Engtel beaten to the ball by Tipton, and Tipton up the wing. Intended for Daniels. Northeastern still trying to maintain control. I don't know how he did it, but Nick Legree got the ball back. Broken up, and now Fay controls into the center. Comes near side for Allen. Allen for Ashline. Ashline gets a left-footed shot that hits the back of the net. And it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Giroux decides to try the center. Gets by everybody, but Northeastern defense is there. Dupree takes it to the outside and up the wing. Intercepted by Renadette. Pass through for Alt. And it's crossed. And Young comes out to make the stop. Call goes against, should have gone against Northeastern. I thought that was a charge, but out of bounds. Northeastern will throw it in. Out of bounds, and the Cougars will do it again. This time Legree will throw in for the Cougars. Cleared by Recor, and Northeastern's player called for hold. I think that was Fay. Called for the hold, and the Eagles put the ball in play. Off the head of LaFountain. Chipped into the center. Engtel gets there and takes the shot. And it goes wide. Castine. Headed by Matat. Fay pushes outside for Engtel. Engtel with the cross. Stopped by LaFountain, and he couldn't keep it alive. And it went out of bounds. A nice cross. Good hustle by LaFountain. And Giroux puts the ball in play again. Stopped by Ashline, and then up through the center. Dupree gets there, chips to the outside for Ashline. Ashline back inside for Engtel. Engtel back outside for Allen. Nice passing by the Cougars. Chipped through, and it's chipped high and over the net by Garso. Fine passing by Northeastern. Excellent passing by Northeastern. It just failed to result in a goal. That was a very, very nice play by the Cougars. Giroux up through the center, stopped by Fay. Fay, a through pass into the center, deflected, and finally cleared by the Eagles. Castine gets there, switches fields over for Garso. Garso takes the shot, and Favreau makes the stop. Favreau changes directions, goes far side for the Eagles, but it's headed right back in. Garso trying to get by Lester Favreau. He does. Crosses back to the 18. Just too far for Fay. Ashline gets there. Now Dupree. Dupree chips for Allen. Allen into the center for Engtel, and Engtel heads it in, but Favreau able to come out to make the stop at the 6-yard line. 33-11 remaining in this second half. 4-0 Northeastern, and the Cougars in total control of this game from the opening tip-off. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. In. Intercepted by Renadette. And Fay miss kicks down the wing. Out of bounds, and Northeastern will do it again. Calling it a drop ball. Northeastern wins the drop ball. Legree, and it's finally cleared by Favreau. And Castine puts it right back in. Off Fay, now Alt. Ashline, Fay, Anktil, Giroux called for obstruction. He wasn't letting Anktil get by. He was trying to give Travis Tipton time to clear the ball for Beekmantown, but he gets called for the obstruction. Now Castine will take the shot. It's high and over the top of the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Giroux out on the wing, stopped by Garceau, and then out of bounds off Favreau. And Northeastern will throw it in. Garceau fights for it. Finally shot by Legree into the center. Deflected off Anktil. Ashline takes the shot. And the Eagles, Tipton clears to the outside, but Ashline is there. Crosses. Legree. And it's finally cleared up by the Eagles. Alt. Through pass up. Intended for Renadette. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. I don't think that's Young. I think they pulled Young without me realizing it. Craig Young is out of the game for Northeastern in goal, and that might be Dupree. I'm not sure. No, Dupree's out in the field. That might be Supernaw. That might be Brad Supernaw getting a shot at goalie. Allen for Anktil. Anktil makes a move to the inside, gets the cross off. Who wants it? Fay in position. He tries to set it up. He'll get a left-footed shot from there, and he puts it in. All the time in the world. All the time in the world, Sean Fay teed it up, switched over to his left foot, and put a low shot into the corner. Northeastern's fifth goal scored by Sean Fay at the 10:08 mark. We don't have any word on an assist as yet. It might have been Nick Legree. He was in there, but I don't know if he'll get an assist or not. Anyway, Sean Fay at the 10:08 mark makes it 5-0 Northeastern. Anktil falls, and Ashline makes a nice move to get by Northeastern. Ashline, two nice moves, and then crosses to the far side. Too far for Garceau, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Beekmantown. And the Cougars obviously getting ready for mass substitutions. It looks like a picket fence standing over there by the scorer's box. And here they come. The first stoppage of play that they were able to. Northeastern makes a substitution at the 28:34 mark. Northeastern throws inside the 18. Babby gets it right back out again, and he'll do it again. Stopped by the Eagles. Now LeMay crosses. Fired just over the crossbar. Giroux. Stopped by Richard. And then deeper into Northeastern zone. Roberts gets there. Back into the center. LeMay and Giroux collide, and it goes out of bounds off McGowan. And this is a tough game for everyone involved, I guess. It's tough mostly for the Beekmantown Eagles, who are obviously not as talented as the Northeastern club, not as big. And it's tough for them game after game after game to be down by so many goals. You have to give them a lot of credit. They're not giving up. They're still trying to learn the sport. And you can bet they're going to be a good team next year. According to Roger, their coach, they only have two people that they'll be losing. They have two sophomores on the team, so they have a very young team. And they'll be losing them for next year, but all these players that stick with it. will have a full years of experience under their belt, and it'll certainly mean a big difference for them next year. And it's difficult for Northeastern trying to keep the intensity up. Being up 5-0 and totally outplaying a team for the whole first half and most and all of the second half thus far for the first 14 minutes of the second half. And it's also difficult for the fans, especially on a day like today when it's so cold. Indirect kick, Giroux will take it, or rather Tipton will take it, and it goes high over the net. And it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. This is probably only the second or third that I can recall goal kicks that Northeastern has had for the whole game. The ball being in Beekmantown's end the majority of the time. Alt heads it, but it comes behind him. And it's cleared up, deflected right back in again. Giroux gets there, but so does LeMay. LeMay has a man on the outside. A nice pass out for Dragon. Dragon takes it deeper and finally crosses out for shot. Is a little bit wide, but Favreau makes the stop. That could be a handball, and is. Into the center, another handball will be called. And that's another thing that happens to a team when they're totally outplaying someone. They start losing their intensity. They start getting a little bit lazy. And some of those handballs will occur. A nice ball. A very, very nice ball. Put in just to the 18, and Supernow comes out to make the stop. A good idea by the Eagles. A poor play, picked up by Diso. Diso gets by Giroux. Gets the cross off back to the 18, stopped by O'Brien. O'Brien will get a shot from there. It's deflected by Giroux. O'Brien again takes a shot that's deflected. Now Langlois goes outside to Babby. Babby missed kicks, and Moschel wasn't going to give him a second opportunity, and he went out to clear it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Dragon falls, and it'll be a dangerous play, and the Eagles will control the ball. Down to 23:47 remaining in this second half. It's 5-0 Northeastern. And a trip called against the Eagles. And as you can see, the sun came out. I don't know how much warmth it's going to bring with it, but it certainly brightened up the day. Racine chips inside the 18, cleared back out again. Babby fires wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Stopped by Langlois. Langlois goes outside for Babby. Babby. McGowan intercepts. Babby gets it right back again. Now Dragon crosses to the 18 where it's picked up by LeMay. LeMay gets by one. He could get a left-footed shot from there. Favreau not coming out. And it goes out of bounds. It should be a corner kick. That's a difficult play for a goalie. Whether to call off your defense and go out and make the play yourself, or let the defense try and clear it. Shot from long distance by Bono. Out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Dragon. Trip called, and the Eagles will get possession. Giroux down the wing. Stopped by Babby. Picked up by Alt. Down the wing. Cleared out of bounds by Rob Recor, and Northeastern will throw it in again. Craig Young is into the game, and he's wearing number 21. trying to get him a little bit of movement to get that blood circulating. He stood down the whole first half. He stood down his end of the field and only touched the ball a few times. Now Young with his first throw-in. Cleared out of bounds, and it should be a throw-in for Northeastern. Babby, headed by Dragon. Babby chips out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Beekmantown. Babby taken back by Alt. On the far side for Recor. Recor up the wing for Alt. Alt tried to make one too many moves and is broken up by Young. Into the center for Richard. Down the wing for O'Brien. O'Brien for Deso. Deso gets by one, can't get by the second, and it's finally cleared out of bounds by Tipton. Richard into the center and cleared out by Giroux, and it miskicked off the side of his foot, and it'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Anthony Richard with a left foot corner kick. A nice ball just at the 6-yard line. Nobody able to take advantage of it. Handball called, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Dragon puts it right back in again, and it's cleared out again by Moschel. Out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Young made a nice play to step up and then had his pass deflect by Giroux. Alt. Northeastern playing a tough game here. Fullbacks got caught up too far, and Beekmantown can't make them pay. It was a 3-on-1, and Alt decided to go out to the left wing instead of coming to the near side here. Number 13, Stephen Hay, was wide open. That might have been a better play to hit the right wing and at least try and draw the fullback over. Beekmantown again. Supernaut comes out to make the stop. Beekmantown putting on a little bit of pressure in the last couple of seconds. O'Brien stopped. Now Deso has it deflect wide. Deso gets there first, gets around one. Deso will get a left-footed shot from there, but there's Giroux to stop it and knock it out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Again, Richards. Over top of the net by Langlois, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Deflected into the center by Deso, and it's intercepted by Newman. Newman still in control, makes one nice move, but LeMay won't let him make another one. Outside for Deso. Deso cuts it back to the inside. He'll get a right-footed cross, right across the 18, stopped by Engtel. Engtel broken up nicely by Recor. Now Roberts puts it back inside the 18. Tipton controls and clears to the far side, stopped by Young. Young pushes a pass through for Engtel. Engtel goes outside for Dragon, but it's broken up and cleared. Richard headed it down, but it's picked up by Newman. Newman knocked down, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Giroux into the center, stopped by Engtel, but there's McGowan to chip a ball through for Alt. Alt outside for Hay. Hay tried to get it in, but there's Racine to stop it and clear it. Out on the wing for Deso. That shows the poise of the Northeastern defense. Even though that was a very dangerous play, they didn't lose their cool. Racine just stopped it, calmly turned it. Should be a handball, but not called. Back into the center, stopped by Newman. Newman to the outside for Hay. Broken up nicely by Roberts. And now LeMay. A through pass intended for Anktel. Anktel. Favreau comes out to make the stop. Favreau made 2 stops like that, came out twice in the first half, and the ball both times went underneath him. And 2 Northeastern players had an open net, but failed to connect on those 2 opportunities. Favreau playing a very aggressive game. That's good for a goalie, but he's going to have to work on controlling the rebounds. Tipton won't let the ball get through. Finally clears it out, but Anktel is there. He gets the shot off, and Favreau with the stop, and that time he was able to control the rebound. Stopped by Young. And now McGowan pushes it forward. Broken up by Racine. And Racine just pops it deep into the Beekmantown zone. Dragon is there, but it's broken up by Tipton. Tipton goes to the outside, up the wing, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Moschel tries to clear it out, and finally does, and it goes out of bounds, and Northeastern will throw it in again. Anktel off a deflection, left foot cross. LeMay can't get the shot off, and it's cleared to the near side. Call goes against Northeastern, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Giroux up the wing, stopped by Roberts. Call goes against the Eagles. Racine down the wing. Richard to Diso. Diso cuts it back inside, crosses over for LeMay, but Favreau comes out to make the stop. Headed back into the center, a nice hustling save, but right to a Northeastern player, Anktel. Anktel outside for Dragon. Babby out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Cougars still putting a lot of pressure on. Illegal throw, and the Eagles will get it back. 11:28 remaining in this second half. It's 5-0 Northeastern. Young chips into the center, picked up by LeMay. LeMay gets it by Newman, picked up by Dragon. Dragon tries to cut it back into the center, but deflected by the Eagles. Newman into the center. Pass intended for Daniels. Broken up and cleared. Into the box. And the Eagles tipped and clears. Babby back down the wing for Dragon. Across the 18, headed up in the air. Dragon with a lot of hustle. That was headed by Favreau, but Dragon with a lot of hustle to keep the ball in play. Miskicked. Gets a second opportunity and gets it up that time. Young back into the center. Chipped over the defender's head by LeMay, and the clearing attempt deflects off Dragon out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Anktel to LeMay. LeMay over for Diso. He'll get a left-footed shot from there. Cuts it back to the right. And it's finally broken up and cleared by the Eagles. Bingle to the outside for Hay. Back to the inside, but weak, and Diso intercepts and clears deep into Beekmantown zone. Headed down by Favreau. Now LeMay over for Anktel. Anktel still trying to control. Pass through for Dragon, but he's offsides, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. 9:18 remaining in this second half. Still 5-0 Northeastern. Cougars keeping the pressure on. Anktel Goes outside for Dragon. Finally out of bounds off Dragon, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Illegal throw. And Northeastern's Dragon will throw in to Langlois. Intercepted by Renadette. And right back in by Roberts. Dragon gets by 2, gets by 3, takes the shot, and it's in the net. A nice play by Jeremy Dragon for Northeastern's 6th goal. Northeastern's 6th goal scored by Jeremy Dragon, unassisted. A very nice play, controlling the ball through 3 Beekmantown defenders, and I believe David Favreau thought he was going to pass it into the center where 2 Northeastern forwards, LeMay and Diso, were waiting. But instead, he decided to fire short side and right into the back of the net. 6-0 Northeastern with 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Roberts controls to the outside, passes down for Diso. Broken up, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Tipton up through the center for Newman. Deeper into Northeastern zone, but Young is there to clear back to midfield. LeMay gives way to Langlois. Langlois up through the center for Anktil. Anktil broken up nicely by Tipton. And then Roberts puts it back in. Tipton, with the help of Favreau, heads it back out again. Anktil gets by 1, passes through for Diso, but it deflects it right back out again. Anktil into the center. LeMay gets by 1, gets by 2, and takes a shot that deflects off the defender. Well, I guess it didn't. It'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Favreau, short kick picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien to Anktil. Anktil trying to get the shot off, gets the cross off, and it's stopped by his own man, and he goes up and hits the crossbar, deflected off Josh Matat. And it went up and hit the crossbar. Racine breaks up that play. Now Langlois into the center, picked up by Diso. Diso can't make a move, and it's cleared by the Eagles. Now Richard, taken off his foot by Bingle. And Hay with a pass up for Newman. Newman into the center, but there's Craig Young to clear back into the Beekmantown zone. Daniels to the outside, taken back by O'Brien. Now the Eagles get it right back, deflected off Young, and then chipped high by Racine, headed down by Tipton. Over for Renadette, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Young down the wing for O'Brien, pushes it into the center for LeMay. LeMay gets a return pass, but it's broken up and cleared by Favreau. A 2-on-1, 3-on-1 for the Eagles if they can get this pass off. It's a long pass over for Hay. Hay takes the shot, and Supernon makes the stop. A nice looking play by the Eagles. Nobody can get control. Babby finally gets the ball to LeMay, or to Anktil rather. Anktil, now it's to LeMay. It's a foot race. LeMay gets by 1, he'll get the shot off, and it's in the net. Northeastern's 7th goal scored by Gary LeMay. Assist going to Jason Anktil at the 35-25 mark of the second half. And as I was saying, the Eagles having a tough time today. But again, a very young club, and every goal that they have scored against them this year, every mistake that they make, every time Northeastern or any other team takes advantage of them, it's going to be that much more that they learn for next year. And they'll be an entirely different club next year. Thrown into Superna. And he punts out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Pushed through, stopped by Langlois, and cleared. Up the wing for O'Brien, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Young to midfield, headed back by Tipton. It's out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Northeastern. Young down the wing for O'Brien. O'Brien gets by one, and it's finally cleared up to the 18. LeMay can't get to it. It's cleared out for Roberts. He goes near side for Diesel. Broken up nicely by the Eagles defender, number 16, Josh Matat. Newman into the center for Alt. Alt with a nice play, just pushing it over for Bingle. Bingle tries to get it back to Alt, but Racine is there to stop and clear. Now McGowan pushes it back up. Alt broken up, but he gets the ball back, deflects to the outside, and Alt can't control it. It's finally out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Put one ball into the net against this powerful Northeastern squad. Young clears it out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in for the Eagles. Under 2 minutes, we're down to 1:56 remaining in this second half. Alt controls, crosses, and it's chested down by Inktel, and he clears to the near side. It should go out of bounds, and it will. And it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Matat down the wing for Hay. He gets it back to Matat, who puts it into the center, but it's intercepted by Langlois and cleared into the Beekmantown zone. Tipton takes it to the outside. Giroux keeps it going up the wing. And the Eagles trying one last time. Broken up by Young. Into the center, Newman gets it back to McGowan. Alt with a pass through for Newman. Newman will get a shot from there, and Supernaw with the save. Under a minute, 57 seconds remaining in this second half. Eagles still trying to get that one goal. One goal that'll show them that all their work is for something. Young. Now O'Brien. 37 seconds remaining. Broken up, and McGowan goes to the outside for Newman. LeMay pass through for Anktel. Anktel broken up at the last second by Tipton, and it'll go out of bounds. And with 18 seconds remaining, Northeastern will have an opportunity for one more shot. O'Brien turns, crosses, and it's cleared. And with 8 seconds remaining, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. The game is over. 7-0 victory for Northeastern, who this game was never in doubt. The Cougars in total control, obviously, by the score. Total control from the opening tip-off. First goal scored by Inktel. Assist going Ashline at 9:43 of the first half. Inktel scored the second goal. That's Ryan Inktel, with the assist going to Garceau at 11:49. Third goal, Adam Bono unassisted from a direct kick on the left wing just outside the 18 at the 26:56 mark. And Gary LeMay from Diesel scored at the 30:46 mark, and it was 4-0 at the first half. In the second half, Sean Fay scored the fifth goal for Northeastern at the 10:08 mark of the second half. Jeremy Dragon unassisted at the 31:36 mark, and Gary LeMay again with the assist going to Jason Inktel at the 35:25 mark, rounded off the scoring and it was a final 7-0 victory for Northeastern. A fine victory for this powerful Northeastern squad. A tough game for Beekmantown, but they tried. They never gave up, and they pushed and never lost heart. So a definite plus for the Beekmantown Eagles. They can walk off this field, even though it was 7-0. They can walk off the field with their heads high. Well, that's the way it was this 3rd day of October 1996 at Northeastern Clinton Central School in beautiful downtown Champlain. Northeastern